Another restless night in Great Britain is behind us. Once again, angry Englishmen took to the streets. It was at its worst in Sunderland, where there were clashes with the police. Demonstrators set fire to a police station and burned one of the police cars. 8 people were taken into custody, and 3 police officers ended up in the hospital. The protesters are fed up with immigrants who are bringing danger to the islands. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who is distancing himself from the protesters, has conveyed his support for the police officers.
I've just held a meeting with senior police and law enforcement leaders where we've resolved to show who we are. A country that will not allow understandable fear to curdle into division and hate in our communities, and that will not permit, under any circumstances, a breakdown in law and order on our streets.
British people are fed up with crimes committed by people from immigrant backgrounds. They increasingly say they feel like guests in their own country. Protests have swept through London, Manchester, Southport, and Hartlepool, among other cities.
I'm a proud English person. Seen the state and the decline of our country over the last few years, and I've had enough. We need to stand together. We need to be heard. Terror act, whether it was a terrorist or what, but the last terror act of them girls being murdered was the last straw. We've had enough.
Protests have been sweeping England since earlier this week, when a 17-year-old of Rwandan descent burst into a children's dance class in Southport near Liverpool, then brutally killed 3 several-year-old girls with a knife and wounded 10 others.
It's something that is what can only be described as a devastating nightmare. You know, it's so shocking. We're in a seaside town. Children should be able to enjoy their summer holidays, and the beginning of it, this tragedy's happened, and it's just so utterly, you can't describe in words how upsetting it is.
The island-born perpetrator is in a juvenile correctional center and has already been given a preliminary hearing. The first hearing will be held in late October.
A 17-year-old boy from Banks has been charged with the murders of Bibi, Elsie Dot and Alice. 10 counts of attempted murder and possession of a bladed article following the tragic incident in Southport on Monday, the 29th of July.
Police in England have been placed on high alert, and mosque security has been stepped up amid fears that the riots could spread.